presentation of TFNN. It is now time for Living a Primal Lifestyle with your host, Nico de Hann. And now, here's Nico de Hann.
Hi, folks. This is Nico de Hann, and it's Friday, March 2nd, 2012, and this is Living a Primal Lifestyle. It's time once again to talk about your health, fitness, and diet. Now, my call-in number here is 877-927-6648 if you'd like to join my show. Our international number is 727-445-1044. And please pick up my new Health Signals newsletter. I've got issue 5 out right now. Sign up and you get it free for 30 days, of course. Receive 2 issues each month for only $10 a month, and you'll receive those new issues on the first and third Friday of each and every month. My email address here is nico@tfnn.com if you have any questions or comments. Hope everybody's doing well in the chat room, streaming live on the internet, on Tiger TV, and on the radio. It's sunny here at about 78 degrees in downtown Clearwater, Florida. It's a beautiful day once again. We've had some great weather here, and we do appreciate it, that's for sure. Now, last night I had a talk at Nature's Food Patch in downtown Clearwater. It's our local health food store, a great little place to go, and had a lot of fun. We had about 30 people there. They had a nice room off to the side where they normally have their little restaurant where people go and eat and enjoy their food. And really had a good time. I had a lecture which was about 35 minutes long, and I've posted that lecture on my new website, which is livingaprimallifestyle.com. And under blog, you'll see the new entry there for Nature's Food Patch lecture of March 1st. Anyway, great time. Everybody really listened intensely, met some great people there. And, most of the questions that they had afterwards were kind of personal things. What do I do here and what do I do there? And so I felt like I answered all the questions. And I really wanted to. It was kind of technical, I guess, because I really went through the whole program of why I was really searching myself for the perfect diet and how I've always been very interested in my own health. And how I, just went through the kind of journey myself to figure this thing out. And when I discovered the paleo diet, or the primal diet as I call it, it kind of changed the way I look at food. And it just made a lot of sense to me. Before I discovered that, I was really kind of jumping from one thing to another. And nothing quite worked for me. I worked for a while. But, it was always causing problems. I'd still have the flu. I still got a cold. I got my seasonal allergies all the time. And so I was always searching for something else. And plus, I was pretty athletic. I had been a runner for many years. I ran a marathon. And, I always enjoyed the long 10-mile runs. And I was, I guess it was around when I was 60 years old. My knees started bothering me, and I guess the pounding all the time, and my whole philosophy of exercise kind of changed with the paleo diet. And I've been in the exercise business for quite a while. I opened up my own personal training studio in 1996, but I really started investigating exercise in the early 70s when I started running. And I worked, in fact, in West Palm Beach area. I worked at Universal Studios for a while. Or Universal Health Spas, I should say, not studios. And, so I got my introduction to actually working with people. But in 1988 is when I met a guy named Aleutian Randolph McDonald, and he invented a piece of exercise equipment. And, in fact, I use that equipment still today. And it's kind of unique equipment because it's robotic. And it really loads the joints a lot differently with resistance than you have with free weights. It actually protects your body a little bit better. The great thing about it is you can actually use the movements very accurately, which builds in a lot of great muscle memory. And the chances of getting hurt are much less in that type of exercise. So I kind of went through the whole paleo diet and met the people there and got their email addresses, and so I can give them more information and actually give them a physical part of the lecture, which I put on my blog, like I said. So check out the new website. It's got links, of course, to TFNN.com. It's got a place for stuff about my book, and it's got the personal training section, which I show a picture of the interior of performance training, and where you can get in touch with me there. So it's just in the beginning stages, so it's going to grow as we grow. I also linked a video of last week's Living the Primal Lifestyle episode with the girls from Hot Ninja Defenders. So take a look at that. It was a very interesting session with the gals. And I know the guys here found it very interesting because our control room was pretty busy. So it was great. So, you know, I do these talks, and mostly I've gone to banks and different kinds of companies to give these talks in more private session. So this was the first lecture I've done in probably about 15 years on any subject. So it was good. You know, I got into it real quick, and I felt real comfortable. So it was a nice experience for me. The other thing I like to bring up is, you know, somebody asked me, you know, what is the typical day in the life of Nico de Hann, now that I'm on this primal or paleo type of diet. And, you know, I wake up about 4:30 in the morning because my first customer at performance training is at 6 a.m. on normal days. And so I get up about 4:30, and the first thing I do, of course, is I do my oil pulling. And I think I've described this on the show before. It's where you use oil to swish around in your mouth, and you use it for about 15 to 20 minutes. And what this does, your mouth is a real conduit for where the blood goes in your body. There's a lot of blood that's in your mouth and a lot of sensory stuff that's in your mouth. So this actually pulls toxins out of the blood. And the other benefits are, of course, it cleans your mouth. Oil is a cleaning agent, and that's why we use it in cars, to keep it not only lubricated but clean. And so it pulls the dirt out. It keeps your teeth very clean. So if you're into using things like the white strips, which actually bleaches your teeth, not good for you at all, oil pulling is one way that you can get your teeth very white. And I do this every single morning, and I felt the benefits of oil pulling, and I use it every single morning. So that's the first thing I do, and then you spit out the oil in the garbage and rinse out your mouth, and then I start my day by doing some, I usually take my probiotics then. Then after that, I start fixing breakfast. Typically in the morning, I'll have 3 eggs with either some sausage, some bacon, or maybe some vegetables left over from the night before. After breakfast, I start getting myself together. Of course, I have a shower and you know, get dressed and get ready for work. I usually have a little espresso before I hit the road. And by hitting the road, it's not very far. I live about a quarter mile from my business. And I planned that many years ago to slowly get closer and closer because, you know, I also want to take advantage of working out at my own studio. Now, I do at home have a little workout room where there's a stretching table so I can stretch, and we have a treadmill. My wife likes to walk, so she uses that. We also have a trampoline that we use. Got a nice massage chair in there. And, of course, we've got some AV equipment so we can watch any programs that we want to watch. So very comfortable there. But I use my studio a lot, especially now that I'm training for the Pan Am Games, which are coming up at the end of March. Well, I'll be going to California. But my typical day on Mondays, I normally have people till about 11 o'clock. In fact, all week I have people from about 6 a.m. till about 11 in my personal training studio. So I have my customers come in, and I work them out and show them what to do. Then on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturday at noon, I go to Gracie Barra Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I work out there usually from 1 to 2 hours. Normally it's an hour and a half to 2 hours, I would say. And typical day there is, you know, it's a very exciting thing, and I'll talk about that too. And then I usually go back home, chill out, have maybe a protein shake, or on the days that I do not do the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I'll have a salad with some kind of either usually chicken or some kind of meat, sometimes sausage, whatever. And in the afternoon, I start doing some research for my Health Signals newsletter. And usually I try to spend an hour on that a day or so. I try to spend a couple of hours on writing my book, which I want to get finished sometime by the end of the spring. So in the summertime, we can send it to the publisher and get that done. And so there's a lot of things in the works. My wife usually gets home about 6. Normally during the week I do the cooking, and we have our Primal meal, and normally I'll be fixing some kind of protein, either pork or chicken, or once in a while we may have some beef or spare ribs or whatever. And then with it, we might have an avocado, and we might have a little bit of greens, or we may have a salad with that. That's pretty much our meal. Of course, no bread, no pastas, no anything like that. And in the evening, we're usually I'm reading some research on what interests me for the shows coming up, or for the for the Health Signals newsletter. And then, we'll watch maybe an hour or so of TV. We try to get that in there, too. We do have a few favorite shows that we watch. I really like to watch the Discovery Channel, and my passion is really anthropology, and so I try to dig those things out, and then we watch a couple of the programs that we're interested in. Right now, my wife likes to watch the American Idol thing, so we've got that, and of course we tape it so we can go right through all the crap of all the commercials, the advertising, which I really don't want to watch. So that's pretty much a typical day. I try to get to bed around 9:30. Sometimes it's as late as 10 o'clock, but that's pretty much it. So I go to bed early and get up early, and that works for me. My dad told me many, many years ago that you don't need to have a alarm clock, because you can really program yourself. So I have programmed myself to get up at about 4:30, and usually about 5 minutes before I awake. Sometimes I have trouble sleeping, and that's usually a sign for me that something's wrong. I know last night I was kind of off my schedule because of the talk, but also I had a real tough week working out and doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so I think I probably overtrained a little bit. So last night, when I went to bed at 10 o'clock, I woke up about 3 o'clock and kind of laid around and didn't quite get back to sleep. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but at 4:30 I got up. And so I feel a little more tired today than I have been, so I'll probably take a little nap. Anyway, the Health Signals newsletters, I put a lot of work into this, and I try to find out what's really going on in the world. So I'm sifting through a lot of information. So it's important that you pick this up. It's only $10 a month. You really get value for value in this. And, all the articles that are in there are going to educate you to either what's happening in the world of food and exercise, or you're going to get some insights on how to improve your health directly. So pick the newsletter up. There's a new issue right now. It's only $10 a month. You can also call me at 877-927-6648. And I'll be back in a couple seconds.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective and maximize your returns. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back to the program, folks, on TFNN. This is Nico on Living a Primal Lifestyle. I'd like to remind you that the Go Long American Tour is up, and Tom will be in Boston tomorrow, which is March 3rd. From 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. is the program. And then the Go Long Tour is going to move to Tampa, Florida, and that'll be on Tuesday, March 6th, and that's from 6:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m., or 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. for that particular program. So, check that out. You go on the TFNN website, and you can find the information for that. Important stuff. The number here for me is 877-927-6648. I got open lines, so you can give me a call. And also, please pick up my Health Signals newsletter. I've just got a new issue out, and there's some great stuff in there, and you'll find it on the TFNN website under Health Signals. So please check that out for me. I found some interesting things in the news today. The first one under food for thought was the omega-3 fatty acid is tied to brain health. Low levels of omega-3 fatty acids are associated with small brain volume and poorer performance on tests of mentally acuity, even in people with apparent dementia, according to a new study. In the analysis published online Monday in the journal Neurology, scientists examined over 1,500 dementia-free men and women whose average age were 67. People in the lowest 1/4 for omega-3 levels had significantly lower total cerebral brain volume than those in the highest 1/4, even after adjusting for age, body mass, smoking and other factors. They also perform significantly worse on tests for visual memory, executive function, and abstract memory than those with the highest 1/4. We feel that omega-3s reduce vascular pathology and thus reduce the rate of brain aging, says Dr. Nico de Hann, the lead author and associate professor of medicine at the University of California, Los Angeles. Few in the studies were taking omega-3 supplements, Hann said. The main reason that some had higher blood levels of omega-3 was that they ate more fatty fish, such as salmon, tuna, sardines, mackerel, and trout. Of course, we've been talking a long time on our show about how you should be supplementing your omega-3s and eating fish. Of course, if you eat grass-fed beef or if you eat chickens or pork from the free-range kind, the ones that go after their own food, you're going to find that same omega-3 balance of omega-6 to 3 as you find in the fish oil. And, of course, supplementing it is a good idea, especially as you get older. So, excuse me, my wife and I started supplementing ourselves with that probably about 10 years ago. We really made a huge difference. And at this point, being 67, almost 68, I take the double dose. I take 6 capsules a day. Really feel the difference, especially head-wise. You feel a lot calmer. Things don't bother you as much, so it's a mental game out there as well as doing great things for your body. You're also doing great things for your mind. So it's an important issue. We're always stressing here on the show what you should and should not be eating, and most of the time it's what you shouldn't be eating. And one of the things that we know is that the modern types of foods that agriculture brought, like the grains and the beans and the potatoes, actually take away those omega-3s from you, because they have a lot of properties in there that give our bodies problems with digestion, and they're not good for your skin, they're not good for your eyes, they're not good for your brain. There's really no part of your body that really needs these types of foods. In fact, you're better off without them, and that's what we've been finding. So when I made the switch by eliminating these from my diet, and you can do that to whatever degree you want, but to me, 100% health is what I'm after. And I don't know why anybody would choose anything else, but everybody has their own little priorities. I know when you're younger, you're probably not going to be as bought into saying, hey, I go out and get drunk once a week anyway, so what's the use? Well, I'll tell you, it makes a lot of difference. It makes a huge amount of difference in your life. And in fact, in the next segment, I'm going to be talking about my workout program for the Pan Ams as I'm getting ready to compete at a real high level in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And to do that, I'm going to be matched up with people that are really at the top of their game. So I need to be ready for it. And also, not only that, while I'm in the dojo always fighting, I need to be ready because I'm always fighting 30-year-olds. So it's important that you realize these things make a huge difference. Also, what's going to make a big difference is if you pick up my Health Signals newsletter. A lot of information about how to get fit, how to get well, what to eat, what not to eat, and how to make your life just a better place to be. Okay, so I'll be right back. Remember that we're archived on TFNN.com and also on iTunes, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. Right now we have open lines, so please give me a call.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups and equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in the complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
In the world of financial markets, there's a new player in town with an exciting new way to trade the markets. Nadex now offers binary options as well as bull spreads in a wide range of indices along with commodity and forex markets. With as little as $100, you can gain access to a new way to trade global financial markets while guaranteeing that your risk will always be capped. Nadex allows you to multiply your trading opportunities in ways never imagined before and access markets you once thought were out of reach. With short-term trading opportunities available, including binary options expiring each hour the market is open, Nadex allows you to take advantage of a variety of market conditions regardless of volatility or market direction. Now is the time to take advantage of this exciting new market. Don't let this trading opportunity pass you by. Open your account today by clicking on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Nadex, a better way to trade.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back to Living a Primal Lifestyle, folks, on TFNN.com. And the number here is 877-927-6648 if you'd like to give me a call. And you can reach me also at nico@tfnn.com. Please check out my new website, too, livingaprimalifestyle.com. You'll find some new information on there. The lecture I had last night at Nature's Food Patch here in Clearwater. I think you'll find that interesting. If you want to learn about the primal diet and why I'm on it and all the things that go along with that, it's in that about 35-minute talk that I gave. I think you'll find that interesting. So I'm getting ready for the Pan Ams. I was there last year and didn't even medal. I had a good showing, but this year I'm with a fresh frame of mind. In the fall, I went to Miami, got a silver medal there, and so it gave me a little bit more incentive to do what I wanted to do. Also, last year I was a purple belt. This year I'm a brown belt, different level. But I'm starting to really feel ready for this, and I've really upped my game. I started a little bit better. I started at the same time because I don't want to go too long in really preparing. And the 6 months before is a nice base, and I had my regular program that I've been working on. But now I've really stepped it up more, and I've done this circuit training that's really helped me, and it's more of a primal type workout. And the rounds in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at my level are 5-minute rounds. So my circuit now is, I put it down for, it's about 7 minutes, a little over that, but there's there's little times in between each workout. So I have 5 different things that I do for 1 minute, and I have about the transition is about maybe 10 seconds in between those, and then I rest for a minute. So I'm going beyond the 5 minutes, and these are high intense workout. Like I said, I have these robots that I work on, 3 of them, and I put 3 of them in a row, and I go from one machine to the other. Then I do some floor work, which is kind of related to the types of movements we do in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You know, the kind of what I call get-ups, where you're on your back and you get up onto your feet, and you know, standard kind of crunches. Also, you know, just different kind of hip movements that we do on the floor, and do those for 1 minute. And then I have the trampoline set aside, so the last movement is on the tramp, where I'm actually just running as fast as I can for 1 minute. And then I rest. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things, and then I'm off for 1 minute. So it's a 7-minute program. And I do that twice a week. I do the jiu-jitsu 3 times a week, and sometimes 4 times if we have special something going on Sunday. And this week we have one of our brown belts, the young guy, AJ, who's one of our stars. We expect him to do really well, and he's teaching a program this Sunday. And that special program I'm going to attend. Of course, I want to support my fellow combatants for Gracie Baja Clearwater. And I learn a lot from these young guys who've been in the game a lot longer than I have. So, and I usually try to rest 1 day. And the other day that I'm not doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I'll do what I call my cardio work. And my cardio work right now is a sprinting cardio. So I'll do 1 minute sprints, 1 minute rest. And sometimes I do them on a tramp. Sometimes I do them on you know, just outside someplace, out by the park or something. So I want to mention, too, that Tiger Dollar promotion is on. You purchase Tiger Dollars by the March 11th, and you get access to Tom's online master trading class for free. So that's Thursday the 29th from 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. So a real good program, and, you know, time to jump in on that. So check that out, too, please. So real important when you're working out to, you know, pick something that kind of matches your lifestyle, what you're doing. And I encourage everybody to get in some type of program, whether it's martial arts or playing tennis or playing golf, some kind of activity that you have a passion for, and then supplement that with some kind of regular exercise, because what happens in any kind of activity, whether it's sports or leisure, you're going to, because of repetitive motion, get some type of injuries. And getting injured is just another excuse for not doing it, because when you're hurting, if you don't know how to get rid of the pain, if you don't know how to rehab yourself, then you're going to stop. And believe me, you know, in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you do get hurt. Monday, I had this big swollen ear, and it was getting full of fluid, so I had to go to the doctor, have him drain it. And that's just part of life. A lot of times I'll have a black eye or bruises on me, aches and pains. It's just part of the game, and you have to learn how to kind of overcome those things and how to manage your body. So a lot of the things that I do, besides what I mentioned, is I do a lot of flexibility training, some type of stretching. And the type of stretching I do is called active isolated stretching. And if you look it up on the internet, you can find probably some YouTube videos of exactly how to do that. And as time goes on, I'll be posting some of those things on my new website, livingaprimalifestyle.com. So you need to check those kind of things out, because they do help you recover. And one of the things that really helps me is my stretching routine. And I try to stretch at least 3 days a week, and a lot of times a little bit daily. You know, whatever feels tight, I'm going to stretch. And, you know, that's really one thing I do at my studio, is I want to teach the people what they can do at home. Because, you know, spending an hour with me a couple of times a week, or even if you came every day, is not enough to really support your physical activity program. You need to learn to do things on your own, because you can't afford me all the time. Going to a personal trainer is not cheap, and even if it's just a couple times a week, that's 8 or 10 times a month, and at $50 or $60 an hour, it gets expensive. So the thing you need to learn is how to do these things on your own. And one thing I encourage my clients to do is do a lot of these things outside, if you can, because then you're in the fresh air and you're more acclimated to the environment. So I think that's really important. Now, one of the things I picked up today, and this really relates to what we talk about on the show here, is there was an inconclusive study, they call this, vascular disease and diet soda is linked. I found this very interesting. Some studies have suggested that consumption of diet soft drinks may be associated with type 2 diabetes and development of the condition known as metabolic syndrome, high blood pressure, abnormal obesity, and other risk factors. Now, a 10-year study has found a link between diet soft drinks and cardiovascular disease. The analysis published online in the Journal of General Internal Medicine included over 2,500 adults over 40 living in New York. The reasons the associations are unclear, the author said, and the results must be interpreted with caution. The message for diet soft drink drinkers is not to be alarmed. I'll bet, said the lead author, Hannah Gardner, an epidemiologist at the University of Miami. What we found is an association, and it might be due to chance or other unmeasurable variables. Still, she said, if people stop drinking soda, they are not going to miss out on any important vitamins and minerals. Yeah, I'll say. I mean, diet soda is probably one of the most poisonous drinks there is, probably worse than regular soda. You know, when they come up with these 10-year or 20-year studies with 2,500 people or more, and they say it's inconclusive, I'm thinking that maybe the University of Miami is probably funded in some way by Pepsi-Cola or Coca-Cola or something like that, and they don't want to really, nail this down. But believe me, diet soda is one of the worst things you can drink. I mean, I don't know if anybody's religious out there, but God only put one thing on the planet here for us to drink. Everything else is manufactured pretty much. So water is it. And I'd recommend drinking that, a little coffee and tea, a little alcohol is not too bad, but soft drinks is the worst thing you can do. And they're also addictive, especially the ones containing the low sugar or sugar substitutes. Worst thing you can do, folks, is drink this stuff. It's the first processed food that you should really get out of your diet. Now, one of the questions that I had when I was making my talk last night is, what do you eat? And what do you do? And what do you drink? And, I tell people, it's not that difficult. It's pretty simple. You base all your food around protein because protein is about half and half fat and protein. And we know that we want to be fat burners. And to be a fat burner, you have to eat fat. And when you eat carbohydrates like the sodas and like the grains and the beans and the potatoes and the potato chips and the popcorn and all that manufactured types of food, what you're doing is eating carbohydrates, and carbohydrates turn to fat. Scientists have for a long time wondered whether fat can come from non-fat sources. Well, farmers knew this for many, many years, that when you feed grains to cows, they get fat. And the same thing happens to us. And you can take that to the bank, you guys who are in the financial business here. So, I mean, these studies here that we have that are linking these things, there's a real link, all right. And most of these things are going to come out real slowly. Now, there's a film coming out that's called In Search of the Perfect Human Diet. And I found a link to this a couple of weeks ago. I ordered my copy. It's a DVD that you can only get on the Internet. I recommend you get it. I'll be publishing it this weekend on my website. But if you just Google In Search of the Perfect Human Diet, you'll probably find a link to that DVD. And it really comes from anthropologists and people in the industry that for years have been studying the remains and all the different things that go on with anthropology and how they find out what's happening in the human body, what they did in the past, and how they link it to what we're doing now, and why there's a big difference. And there is a huge difference, because we know that 10,000 years ago, the average height of our species, our Homo sapiens sapiens, was the same height as now. And as we went into the agricultural age and the Neolithic type of foods that we call agriculture, that height dropped by about 6 inches for both males and females. So we got shorter, our brains became smaller. They estimate there was a huge die-off, maybe a third or more of the people died over those years because of the different diseases that they weren't used to. And as the years go by, of course, you start getting used to this stuff and you become a little bit, you have a better immune system. Even though it's still making you sick, you might not die from it. But we still, all those diseases that started at that point of agriculture are those diseases we have today. The heart disease, the dementia, the Alzheimer's, the all the different, cancers especially. One of the things that we talked about last night, my wife, very sensitive skin because she stayed in the sun when she was young a lot, and she was in Florida. This was the time, of course, before we had sunscreen. And, every 3 months she would be going to the dermatologist, and she'd start getting, things removed from her, carcinomas and all these things, the melanomas. And, it's been a year and a half since she's had anything. So we've been on this diet for 3 years. And about a year and a half ago, she's still going to the dermatologist every 3 months, and nothing is happening. So the change really happened. And these are the types of changes that we feel are so important for you to understand. And if you're overweight, if you've got allergies, if you've got bad skin, you're losing your hair, all these different things can change when you change to a primal style diet. So, one thing you can do, of course, is check out my new website, which is livingaprimallifestyle.com. You can check out my Health Signals newsletter. There's a link on that site. There's a link, of course, on TFNN. Check out my past shows. You can go to iTunes and find Living a Primal Lifestyle from the TFNN section of iTunes, and you'll find out what we're talking about on this show. And you'll get a lot of knowledge, and you can start making your own way to getting your own health care plan and forget about Obama's plan. Because I'd rather put the money up front than to get, to pay for something that is causing you all kinds of problems at the back end of your life. And I want to live a lot longer than my 68 years, and I'm projecting to live twice as long. And I don't know if that'll happen, but I'm preparing for it. So, why stick around for 50 or 60 years? People are dying all over the place. Davy Jones, he's probably 63 to 65 years old, heart attack the other day, and he's gone. All these people around us that if you're my age, you start seeing people that are your age dying. And I don't want to be there, So no matter how good that afterlife is, this one's pretty darn good just by itself. So I've got another segment coming up, and you can call me at 877-927-6648 and, check out my newsletter. Pick it up for 30 days, no charge. It's only $10 a month. Value for value, folks. So check it out. I'll be back in a few more minutes.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry, or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's just wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pezzavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back to the show, folks. It's Nico on TFNN.com, and all you people who are waiting on the line there, you're going to have to wait because I'm too busy to talk. Oh, there's nobody on the line. Okay, sorry about that. I guess everybody's just agreeing with everything I say, which is okay because I've got some great information. You know, when you look through the paper, and I've got a couple of articles here, there are good things you can read with valuable information. Then there's a whole bunch of stuff that's kind of bogus. So let me read the first one here, which is really good, which is new omega-3 benefits. Like the Energizer Bunny, the list of benefits from omega-3 fats keep going and going and going. These anti-inflammatory oils lubricate muscles, promote fertility, lower blood pressure, protect vision, help promote or prevent dementia, and cut the risks of some cancers, ease pain, reduce inflammation, osteo and rheumatoid arthritis, promote weight loss, and improve your mood. We recommend 3x3 rule. That's 3 ounces, a 3-ounce serving a week of salmon or trout, and eat omega-3 rich avocados, walnuts, and flax too. And you can get up to 900 milligrams, which I use twice a day myself. So good stuff. You can also find it in algae. You can get, you don't have to really worry about if you get a good brand, the PCBs or the mercury in that. And usually, you know, our bodies can handle a certain amount of these types of things. So I wouldn't really worry about that in the fish too much. I know people warn you about don't eat too much tuna because it does have some metals in it, but we can handle that stuff pretty well if you've got a good immune system. And if you don't have a good immune system, it means you're eating crap anyway, so what's the difference? That's the way I kind of look at it. So that's a good article, and definitely avocados are great for that. The only one I would say that probably is not as good is with flax seeds. It's not as available because it's a seed. And the seeds really, the omega-3s, even though they're in there, they're just not quite as available to us. This other article really talks about apples working on bad cholesterol. Well, first of all, the wording is kind of wrong. There is really no good or bad cholesterol. It's just cholesterol. We have cholesterol that goes to the liver, which they call the bad cholesterol, and once it goes through the liver, they call that the good cholesterol because it's been cleaned. It's all the same cholesterol. It's just one is going to the liver, one's going out of the liver, and measuring those two doesn't really give you an accurate depiction of really what's happening in the body anyway, because cholesterol is really there to fix things in your body. That's the natural process of what cholesterol does. And because of bad diets, our arteries get these holes in them. And cholesterol really goes in there and tries to patch these holes. So naturally, the worse your diet is, the higher your cholesterol is. And if you go and get a statin drug and use that, what you're doing is really lowering the help in your body. You're lowering your immune system even more. Not a good method. So even though apples do have some good things into them, the article is bogus, first of all, because it has a bad premise that there's bad cholesterol going on. Measurement isn't good. 30 years ago they were measuring 360 was too high. Then there was 240 is too high. Now they're talking about 180 is too high for cholesterol. Pretty soon they'll bring it down to 100, and everybody in the world be on statin drugs. And these companies that are baking what they say in this article, that they're $27 billion per year they're making off statin drugs. That's more than the whole entertainment industry makes in film and music. So these people are making a bundle off of killing us. And a lot of places killing people is illegal. Not here, I guess. Anyway, folks, remind you to pick up my Health Signals newsletter, and you can call me or actually write me at nico@tfnn.com. Check out my new websites, livingaprimal.lifestyle.com. Check out tfnn.com and purchase your Tiger dollars, and go check out Mike and Steve on their little tour up to Boston, and they'll be back next week in Tampa. So have a great weekend, everybody.